Good evening, cowboys, cowgirls, and outlaws. Welcome to the Slick Sixguns Network. I'm your host, Slick Sixguns, and I'm here to provide education, tips, and community for those interested in the Western shooting sports. If you're interested in stuff like that, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notifications bell so you don't miss anything. Now let's pack our wagons and see what's being discovered out west. Good morning, cowboys, cowgirls, and outlaws. Welcome to the Slick Sixguns Network Facebook page. I am doing a live stream today as we normally do on all of our Thursdays, and I hope that you guys are tuning in. If you guys know what this is about, feel free to go ahead and let yourself be announced in the comments section. I may be giving you guys a shout out throughout this live stream, so I'll be letting you know what it's all about. Hopefully you've been paying attention to the title, and I will be getting to that in a moment. But just for those of you who are just joining in and those of you who are going to be watching this on the replay, what this is about is essentially to do a live stream video that helps me connect with my followers in an open forum that allows us to discuss anything that you want to talk about, whether it be anything that I am bringing up, or whether you have questions of what I am talking about, or if you have any questions about me personally, or the like. So I will go ahead, and without any further ado, as always, this has to do with coffee, and it has to usually do with some type of firearm. So depending on what your interest is, sometimes I will be talking about your favorite firearm. But before I get started, as always, I'm going to get my cup of coffee out. See if you can guess what I got today. Anybody? Comment section, anyone? No? It's not store-bought. It's my own home brew. I hope you guys are enjoying your coffee this morning, and I hope you're enjoying this good morning. So good morning to everyone out there, and thank you for watching. Feel free to have a drink with me wherever you are. Ron, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. I may give you guys a shout out throughout the live stream, so feel free to announce yourselves in the comment section. Please let me know also where you are watching from. Some of you guys are from the United States, some of you guys are outside. For those of you who don't know, I am actually in Texas. If you're in another state, well, good for you. I may bash on you a little bit just because I love Texas that much, and if you're from Texas, feel free to give me a yeehaw in the comment section. And also, just to let you guys know, I have to do my random spiel before I get started on today's stuff. So, I just want to go ahead and let you guys know that first off, without any of this support that I get from my viewers, I would not be able to actually do any of this content. For those of you who don't know, I do a YouTube channel. If you aren't a part of the Slick Sixguns Network, please subscribe to that YouTube channel. It always helps with my viewers and also allows me to expand my audience. So I do have it out there. And also, if you guys are so kind and want to, feel free to contribute to my Patreon page, as well as you can actually buy me a coffee. I'll even give you guys a good shout out to let you know who bought me a coffee this morning, if that is the case. You can always give me a one-time gift if you feel you can't be a subscriber, and that's okay. That's completely up to you. No worries. But anyway, let me know where you're watching from. I see we got a couple people from Texas. We got a couple people from Michigan. Thank you for joining. I also want to give my short disclaimer this morning. Any firearm that I'm about to show you has already been cleared. I will safety check it on camera for all my range safety officers out there. However, I am going to go ahead and give you that disclaimer. With that being said, a lot of stuff has been going on. We are going to be talking about more than just the firearm that I am going to be bringing up in this live stream. But let's go ahead and jump right to the chase. Why not? This is my 1911 in 45 ACP. I'm going to go ahead and clear it for you so that you guys are fully 100% clear. It is all clear. So we have a clear firearm on here, and this is my 1911. It is my only 1911. It is a very beautiful 1911 in my opinion. Feel free to let me know in the comment section what you think about it. It is not an original 1911, but it is made to look like one. For those of you who are very familiar with the 1911 platforms, you're going to notice there are some differences. One thing that I really like about this 1911, it is a plain Jane version. It is not very, what do you say, high speed looking. It doesn't have the extended beaver tail. It doesn't have any shortened hammer or bobbed hammer or hollowed out hammer or skeletonized trigger. It doesn't have any of that. It is just very basic plain Jane. Nothing special on the grips, just normal what you would consider something from a basic 1911. However, it is unique in the fact that it is actually a Colt 1911. As you can see, it's got the pony on it right there. That's something that I really like about it. That's the main reason why I bought it, but I'll also tell you a little bit about some other reasons why I bought it as well. So, just to let you guys know, it has the regular standard checkered grips. Just to go ahead and kind of go through some of the differences here. I'm not going to cover anything about the history, so for those of you who are looking for history on the 1911, I'm not going to cover any of that. Sorry to disappoint. I'm just going to go over the details and kind of why I bought this in the first place. If you're interested in that, please stick around. Anyway, so you'll see that it has a very straight backstrap here. You know, getting next to the safety here. And, you know, which is very indicative of the original 1911. But it also has a version of the 1911 A1 with the kind of cutout here with the trigger. And the sights are actually a little bit taller. So it's a mixture of the 1911 and the 1911 A1, but it is a very basic 1911. There's nothing special on the sights here. As you guys can see, there's no dots, no nothing. It's just very plain Jane, and that's why I like it. It does have a match grade barrel, what they say is a match grade barrel on it, which I think is really nice. It's very rugged, heavy duty, and I like shooting it, and I've shot it a few times. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the round that it shoots for those of you who are not familiar with 1911s and 45 ACP or the 45 ACP round. This little fat boy right here. Yep, she's a very big pistol round, in my opinion. You know, been around for quite a long time. 45 ACP. I don't have any 1911s in any other variant. I know there are some out there in 38 Super and 9mm, but I bought it for a specific reason, and I'll go ahead and explain that reason. But yes, I really like 1911s, and explain to me in the comment section why you like a 1911, by the way. I'll just go ahead and show you the round one more time here. Nice little fat boy right there. Just under 50 cal, 45, because they don't make a 46, for those of you who get that joke. Alright, so why did I buy a 1911? Well, a lot of you guys who tune into my channel, hold on, I gotta get my coffee. Why did I get a 1911? Well, a lot of you guys who tune into my channel, guys or gals who tune into my channel, don't really see automatics. You see a lot of revolvers, you see lever action rifles, double barrel shotguns, things like that. Okay. However, in cowboy action, there's a side match known as wild bunch shooting. And for those of you who have seen the movie Wild Bunch, you'll know that they have the 1911 government model in there. So it is authorized in the Wild Bunch side match to have a 1911 semi-auto. So that is why I bought it, and I want to shoot specifically the classic category. There is a modern category in which you can pretty much have it tricked out 1911. You know, I think to an extent it has specific rules on what you can and can't do, but with the traditional 1911 or the traditional class, it has to be the basic 1911 of the 1911 A1 or the 1911 original from World War I variant. So it is very nice, and that's why I bought it. And so let's see if I actually can get into it. I haven't been to a Wild Bunch match yet, so you know, that'll be very interesting. I have seen them at state matches before, and they're very fun to watch. Obviously, I've seen them on YouTube. They're all over. So you can go ahead and take a look at that if that's something you're interested in. Also, you can go ahead and take a look at the SAS website, and they have a rule book on the Wild Bunch, so it can give you a little bit more specifics into what kind of 1911 you can have if this is something that you're kind of interested in getting into. So yes, and the magazine capacity is the standard 7 right here. Very nice. It does say 45 ACP on it as well, on the magazine. For those of you who have been watching my live streams, you'll also see that I have a couple other automatics. I have a 1903 and 32 ACP original that I showed on here. None of that has to do with Cowboy, however, it's just kind of a cool pistol as you can look at. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and scan through this. You can go ahead and see the standard safety, the grip safety. It's got a standard hammer on it, nothing special. Match grade barrel. It is a 5-inch, and you can see that it's got the little pony on it right there, the Colt government model. This is referred to as the 1911 Colt Classic. They don't have, it's not a 1911 original or a 1911 A1. So, you know, I've seen a few of those go for some pretty good money, and I haven't thought to buy one for a while. I just kind of wanted to get this one. But, you know, to each their own. So, let's go ahead and talk about a few other things. I'm going to put this down for a second. Please let me know if you're just tuning into the channel. I'd like to know where you're watching from. I'll go ahead and give a few people some shout outs just to let you know. So I can go ahead and say hello to y'all. And feel free to say hello to me. I got Ron Gabriel, I got Thomas Snow, I got Thomas Frey. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. And Ron says, Wild Bunch shooting is a lot of fun. You'll need a boatload of magazines too. Yes, that is very true. From what I've seen people usually have 6 to 7. I don't have that many magazines. Like I said, just getting into it. Haven't been to a match yet, but I've been watching it on YouTube just to kind of see what to expect. You also have to have a different kind of rig. You know, let me know if you use, what kind of rig you use. I'd like to know because I'm interested in getting one. And, you know, we'll see where that goes. But yeah, you have to do a lot of magazine reloads. But it's pretty cool from what I've seen. So I'm looking forward to it. I also bought another specific firearm to Wild Bunch because it's allowed in Wild Bunch, and that's the Winchester Model 12 shotgun. I haven't shown it on the channel yet. I will show it at some point soon. It is an original Model 12, much like my Model 97 as well. So, very cool. And you can also use the 97 in it too. So it's kind of neat. The thing I like about the Model 12 is it holds one extra round. At least mine does, you know. It holds 6 instead of 5. So feel free to let me know also if you do Wild Bunch quite often and where you guys go to Wild Bunch. I'm sure on the SAS website they have plenty of areas that say they do Wild Bunch shooting, and I know some clubs have a tendency to say that they're going to put on a Wild Bunch match at the discretion of the members if they have enough members who want to participate. I know that there's one club in particular in this area that does that. And I know that there are some dedicated Wild Bunch clubs as well. At least I think so. So, anyway, I have a few other things to talk about. Feel free to stay tuned. I will probably bring up the firearm once again, just for people to go ahead and see what I've got to show and what I've been talking about, but also just to kind of enjoy a nice cup of coffee with me. Zane, thank you for joining. And I'll probably give you guys a few shout outs. But I've been up to a lot lately. Please let me know what you've been up to in the comment section. I always like to know what my viewers have been up to. I might even bring it up. We might discuss it. We might talk about it. You never know. I like to get quite personal with my live streams, so we'll see where this goes. But what have I been up to? Maybe some of you have been wondering. Some of you have known that I got back from a deployment because I was with the Army Reserve for a while. I still am in the Army Reserves, and I deployed with them to Japan, which was pretty fun. You know, I mean, in my position, with what I do, I don't know if you would say it was that fun. However, most people would say that that's a pretty good place to go. It's a different country, something to see. Nobody's really shooting at you at this point, which was kind of nice. But at the same time, you know, it's a job, but I was doing that for a while, and then I came back recently a couple months ago, and then I got back into doing videos. As you guys know, I kind of took a bit of a hiatus from doing videos because of that deployment and because I was dedicating more and more time to my job. But now I have the ability to kind of focus back on the videos, focus back on my community, and kind of rebuild that community almost from scratch. However, I was really surprised to see that some people did stick around. I was kind of expecting, because I really didn't post for about a year. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I posted, right when I got back, some of my old mainstay people decided to comment on some of my videos, which is always kind of nice, because you think that you're going to get forgotten about and you're going to have to start over. That'd be kind of sad. But I'm kind of rambling about that. Regardless, anyway, been getting back into the videos. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. If you guys haven't noticed, by the way, kind of a new development is I've been doing a lot of YouTube shorts. Feel free to check those out on my YouTube channel if you already have not seen them. Basically, right now what I'm doing is I'm going through all my firearms that I have currently that I will be showing at some point on the channel. And yes, they do have something to do with the Western shooting sports. So I don't have any firearms that would be out of those categories. Some might be slightly questionable for the sheer fact of you don't really see them that often. But most of them have to do with the Western shooting sports. So I'm still staying in that niche, not getting out of that, never will. And but you know, you guys, by all means, it gives you a quick snapshot to see of what's up and coming. So that's kind of exciting. I'm really excited to show that stuff because I have some original firearms from the 1800s as well that I have been showcasing. Feel free to check those out, and that'll be something that I'm sure you'll really like. To name a few, I have an original Model 92, original Model 73, an original 86, and I also have a Colt Lightning rifle, an original. And it is not only one of a Colt Lightning, it is one of the San Francisco Police Colt Lightnings, which there are only 401 of those made, which, to my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have one of them, serial number 258, which is great. I'm really excited to show you guys that, and when I show you that, you boys are gonna be jealous. So I am excited to show you. May not be for a while though, because I want to keep people kind of on the hook. But, you know, some of you guys will get quite enjoyment out of that, because I know some of you actually use those types of rifles in competition, even though most of them may be reproductions. But it was very hard to find an original Colt Lightning rifle. I always wanted one. I found a few that were just astronomically expensive, and as they should be, because they're pretty rare and when they're in good condition, and this one is in really fine condition. With a very excellent bore, nothing's broken on it, at least that I can see. It chambers rounds, and it's in 4440, which is what all of the police department versions were chambered for in their medium frames. Once again, not going to go into the history of it, but I'm just letting you know it's kind of exciting to see that coming in. So let me know also if you're on your way to work. I'd like to, you know, where you guys are at and what you're doing throughout the day. If you are working today, if you're not, if you're taking a break, let me know. Also, let me know what you guys are drinking in the comments section, whether it be beer, wine, whiskey, whatever floats your boat. So what else have I been up to other than that? Been collecting firearms, got back from deployment, been posting a lot of shorts, as you guys can tell, and also I want to go ahead and put out to my viewers, by the way, and maybe some of you already know, and maybe also some of you are part of the community, but the Cowboy Fast Draw Association has been doing a lot of things, and to let you know, I've been quite involved with my Fast Draw Club and how it's been going, and I've been bringing it back onto the table as well as taking it a step further. Now let me explain. Cowboy Fast Draw Association is a little bit of a smaller community than the Cowboy Action community. They have probably less than 10,000 members, whereas Cowboy Action is in the 100,000 plus. They're also a nationwide community, and they also have, from my understanding, they also have clubs around the world. But I will say that I have started up a club here in my hometown because, quite frankly, I didn't want to take the drive all the way to go to certain clubs, because the clubs in Texas are pretty far spread out. For those of you who are familiar with that circuit, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I decided to pretty much just put a club up in my backyard, and we have some very good members. And we, this year, have just decided to go ahead and run Cowboy Fast Draw Association's Texas State match. So we are doing that, and we are doing it from March 11th to March 13th. So I'm really excited. If you guys are in the Cowboy Fast Draw community and planning to come to Texas during that time, feel free to sign up. It is in this month's Gazette. If you guys have gotten your Gunslinger Gazette, you'll see that the Texas State match, it has my contact information. Feel free to shoot me a line. I'll go ahead and help you out any way that I can. Once again, those dates are going to be March 11th through the 13th. It's going to be a very fun match, I expect. A lot of people are going to be wanting to get out of the house. It's going to be the first match of the year, the first major state match of the year, I should say. And then there's going to be a few other state matches that are shortly following that. But it should get the year kicked off to a great start. And I'm really excited to be hosting it because, one, it's the first time I'm doing it. I've got some help, which is really nice. Thank you to all those who have volunteered. If you're watching this video and you volunteered, I really appreciate your help, and thank you for doing all that stuff with the club. If you're a part of Hill Country Fast Draw, feel free to look them up also online, Hill Country Fast Draw. You can also look at them on Facebook. It is a private group, so you have to ask to join. Yes, I am the moderator. You have to answer a few questions, but Hill Country Fast Draw in Texas will definitely help you. We are a very small club, but we are growing very steadily. This year alone, we've seen roughly 3 to 4 members join, which is great. You know, I'm really excited for that, and I'm really excited that Texas State is coming up, and I'm really excited that the Hill Country Fast Draw is actually part of running it. We have found a great location to set up, and I think you guys will like it too. By all means, look at the Gunslinger Gazette, and if you aren't a member of Cowboy Fast Draw and you're a member of the Western Shooting Sports in some area, if you have time and if you have the money, you can always join that type of club. It has kind of the same setup. You know, if you have a 45 Colt revolver that you use in cowboy mounted shooting or cowboy action, you can easily just use one of those guns and go to Cowboy Fast Draw. The only difference is that you're going to probably have to get a different rig specifically for Fast Draw. You know, you probably don't want to use your SAS rig for it just because it might be a little tight. Anyway, that's your own preference. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you guys want to do with that, you know, but just letting you know, you have options out there. And by all means, Hill Country Fast Draw is one of those things that you can get into. So, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the gun one more time. Feel free to ask me any questions, by the way. Once again, this isn't just about me talking. This is supposed to be about us communicating. So, if you have any questions of me, want to make any statements or whatever, and we can bring up topics of discussion, talk about. If I don't want to talk about it, I simply won't bring it up in the comment section. No, you know, no big deal. But you know, if you have any questions of me, I've been doing this for a little while. I've been doing the YouTube thing for almost 3 years now, and I've been doing the Facebook thing for about the last year and a half. So this is just kind of a nice little side gig that I do to kind of supplement my YouTube videos, because I know some people don't always get a chance to watch my YouTube videos, but they also want a more personal connection, so we went ahead and compromised with Facebook. Anyway, here's my Colt 1911. Once again, I'm just going to go ahead and show you. Not pocket size, just the regular standard size, not the commander size, just a standard 5-inch barrel. Very nice. And you can see it's got the little thumb safety right there. It is in a YouTube short, for those of you who are asking. Fits well in the hand. Very nice grip. I like it. But anyway, let me know what you guys are doing. What are you guys up to? You know, it's always good to hear from my audience. Ooh, let's see who I got on camera. Steven, thank you for joining. Ray, thank you for joining. Feel free to enjoy your coffee. Let me know what you're drinking in the comment section. I'd like to hear. I usually do Facebook live streams once every 2 weeks. I usually do my YouTube videos once every week, or once every other week as well. So that way you guys get the best of both worlds. Went to Texas Jack's recently. That was pretty good. Had a lot of fun there. You know, it was also in a YouTube short. I was helping out a friend buy a 6-gun for Cowboy Fast Draw, so I think he's happy with his choice. It should be a good time for him. And, you know, and it's my favorite store in the world to go to because it has all the Western guns that you can imagine, plus you got all the clothes and stuff. In fact, that's where I got this shirt from. So sometimes I get some questions on what I wear and why I wear it. Let me know what you think. So, anyway, that's what's been up with me. I really appreciate everyone joining, and it's always nice to go ahead and talk to y'all. And if you like this content, by all means, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to go ahead and if you want to give me some support, that's up to you. I don't by any means need you guys to support me, but it's always nice to know that the community out there is willing to help out, to contribute to what I want to give. And for those of you who don't know what I am trying to do, I'll just tell you point blank, I'm essentially trying to inspire people to join the Western shooting sports for those of who don't know about it, and also to help continue the legacy of the Western shooting sports by having a constant flow of members. I know that a lot of people who join things like that, although it runs the gamut of ages, but the age group has a tendency to be a little bit higher. So you're talking people that are a little older, and you know they won't always be there. So eventually they will either leave due to physical ailments or they will pass away eventually. So it's always important to get the younger generation involved if we want things to continue. Hence the reason why I do this, so that I can get younger generations involved and help grow the Western shooting sports, and you and I can do that together. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will have another firearm to show you guys in the next couple of weeks. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, check it out, see all the firearms that are up and coming, and also stay tuned for more videos. Thanks, guys. Description section is a link to our Patreon account if you feel like supporting us. Don't forget to buy me a coffee as well. It's cowgirls and cowboys. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. And if you're looking forward to the next video, I'll see you on down the trail. Have a good one.